we're not. You know what's going to happen right now? It is time for High Heat. That's right. Mark Jeffries coming at you. We have a little time. I'm going to throw some stuff out at you guys right now. Let's see what response you guys get. Bobby, I'm starting with you. I've got a couple questions here.
Let's do it.
Should the College World Series move from Omaha?
No, I've been to the College World Series probably the last 7 years. It's perfect where it is in Omaha. I don't think it should have moved from Rosenblatt Stadium, although I do think TD Ameritrade is a nice park. They should have just renovated Rosenblatt. They actually took away seats. NCAA said they wanted to build a new stadium that had more seats. TD Ameritrade had less seats than Rosenblatt. So no, it should not move from Omaha, Nebraska. That is its home, and that is where it should always be.
Trevor.
I somewhat agree, but I'm kind of one of those guys that think I would love to see the College World Series come to somewhere like Oklahoma City, still in the Midwest, still a baseball hotbed. Omaha is great for the sport, though, and I disagree with you. I loved Rosenblatt. I've been there, but I've also seen TD Ameritrade, and let me tell you, it is a piece of work. It is an art. It is a true testament to what baseball is in America now.
Too much tradition at Rosenblatt Stadium. You needed to keep
tradition.
it there.
Tell that to Yankee Stadium.
All right, I'm kind of with you on that, Bobby. All right, next question. The California Angels, the LA Angels of Los Angeles, the California LA. What the heck should this team be called?
Well, I kind of liked the Anaheim Angels. It was quick, rolled off the tongue, just kind of, I personally liked the California Angels of Anaheim. That was okay. But probably Anaheim Angels is what they probably should have been and probably should stick with.
I grew up with Anaheim Angels.
Yes.
I grew up with Angels in the outfield. I just remember them flapping their arms in the movie. It was fantastic. You got to love Angels in the outfield. It's been the Anaheim Angels. Now they're like, the Los Angeles Angels of Anaheim?
I don't know.
I think
that's
they
too much.
I think they changed the name again this year, if I'm not mistaken.
That's what I'm asking.
Yeah,
what is it, like the Los Angeles Angels
it might
of
be
Anaheim of the California Republic?
Dude, I'm going old school. It will always be the California Angels to me. I grew up there. Actually got arrested in the Big A for playing over the line on the infield. Parents had to come and get me. It's always going to be the Big A to me and the California Angels. All right, next up. Best logo in baseball.
That is a tough one. Obviously, it's not my Kansas City Royals. It's a pretty cheap KC.
Yeah, you got to get rid of the powder blue.
Yeah, well,
that's disgusting.
Personally, I like those Sunday. I like those Sunday baby blues that they wear on home games
hideous.
on Sunday. Although I will say that I think it's probably the Detroit D. I really am a fan of the D with the tiger coming through it. I'm not a big Detroit fan, but I am a fan of their logo.
I agree. I was going to say Detroit as well. That thing's just been timeless. But one thing that I look about a team that just recently made slight tweaks to their uniforms and their logo. I love the San Diego Padres. I love what they've been doing, and I also love that what they do with the military uniforms each year.
I'm not a big fan of those.
I think it's really cool what they do. I've been there for one of those games where they honor the military and where they wear those uniforms. That town goes all out for their military in San Diego. The SD on it with the camo uniforms, it's pretty freaking sweet. But the classic SD is pretty cool. Plus, they got the old fat guy when they go retro. They got the old fat guy swinging the bat. The Padre.
So. All right. I'll go with that. I hate when they go with the old school with the brown and gold. I don't know if you guys remember that.
It's too much, but the logo's cool.
Oh, yeah. Randy Jones. Do you remember the pitcher, Randy Jones?
Oh, yeah.
Won like 22, 23 games one year. Outstanding right-handed pitcher for the Padres. All right, next question. Should there truly be a World Series? After the conclusion of the World Series, should they go heads up with a team from maybe Japan, Cuba, something like that? What are your thoughts, Bobby?
I don't know, because I think most of the talent across the world ends up if you're going to be a major league caliber player, you're going to end up in Major League Baseball anyway, whether you're from Japan or whatever, wherever you're from. If you're in the Japanese league, you might not quite be ready to face Major League Baseball talent. So I think that when it's the World Series, the way we have it now, pretty well determines who the best team in the world than baseball is.
Right.
Trevor?
I agree. I'd like to see the World Baseball Classic every year. I think it's a great event. It's just been unfortunate that the U.S. hasn't shown up in the last 4 meetings. So I'd love to see the American talent get in there because I mean you look at what the Dominicans bring and what the Japanese bring every year. There's fantastic talent across the world. Granted that a lot of them play in the U.S. because just like a lot of the other talent,
Like the NBA,
a lot of the best talents in the world play in the NBA. For soccer, the best of America go to play in English Premier League. So the best is in the U.S. It is the World Championship when you win the World Series.
All right, I believe the final question, I may have another one, but let's just go with this. Mr. Lincecum with the Giants, is a pitcher worth $1 million per win? Bobby.
$1 million a win is quite a bit. I don't think he's worth $1 million a win. Is he worth 20, 30, 40, 50 million? Maybe. Probably so. Lincecum's probably the best pitcher in the game right now. He's a freak athlete. He can do everything you want a pitcher to do. But $1 million a win seems to be a little too much for me.
$1 million a win is too much until he cuts his freaking hair. That mullet thing, that vintage
It's
Randy
not a mullet.
whatever it is, he's going for the Randy Johnson thing. It looks like, and it's just freaky to me.
I think it's part of Lincecum's brand.
It is part of
personally.
his brand, and you look at the characters that the Giants have, but not for $1 million, not with that haircut. No way.
Never in a zillion years is a guy worth $1 million per win. And just think, what if he doesn't win 20?
Right.
Then it's what? 1.5 per win? Maybe 2 million a win?
Keep in mind, he signed it, so
Unbelievable.
he agreed to it. He could have shot himself in the foot there.
How much do you think a beer is in San Francisco when you go to the game? It's got to be what? $12.50?
Right,
For 10
right.
ounces?
It's got to be 12. Yeah,
I pay for his contract for crying out loud.
foamed up
Yeah,
and watered
yeah.
down. Right.
Unbelievable.
Yeah.
All right, that's going to end this
Plenty of
segment.
head.
High and tight. Guys, you did outstanding. Came totally off the cuff. So we're going to take a break here and hopefully come back with who, Trevor?
Mr. Lonnie Cobble, head coach of Edmond Santa Fe. We'll be right back on in the dugout, guys.
All right, everybody, stay tuned.